Welcome to my cookbook club. Today we're making recipes from Blogilates Protein Cookbook. Now I actually was gifted this book along with Cassey's protein powders before I started my cookbook club series. And I attempted to follow some recipes, but I didn't follow them exactly to the T, and I heard that in the comments. So I thought we'd take another stab at attempting some of these recipes and sticking to them mostly to the T, because I could not find for the life of me any of the protein powders available in stores. So we're just gonna substitute the actual protein powder so you can use whichever protein powder you like at home. And make sure to stay to the end for viewer's choice, where you all help me on Instagram decide what I eat. So I thought this book would be perfect for the new year because, you know, we all have our goals that we're setting for ourselves, trying to eat a little bit healthier, being a little more mindful. Same with me, just trying to increase my protein intake, and, you know, I'm here for the gains. No muscle gains, you know, that's what they say in the gym these days. But all of these recipes in this cookbook focus on protein, and I feel like that's something that's really important, especially as a woman. It's sometimes really hard to make sure that you are getting all of your protein throughout the day. And I'm not gonna lie, some of these recipes look really good. So we're gonna start it off with a shake today. Just a little shake. So I have a really big sweet tooth and I love the flavor of birthday cake. So we're gonna be making a birthday cake protein shake for our first meal for the day. All right, so I got 1 1/4 cup of non-dairy milk. I'm going in with one of our favorites, Cassey almond milk. I like this one because it only has 3 ingredients. So 1 1/4. Next is gonna be 1 scoop of the collagen peptides, and I'm sure you can use any collagen peptide for this. So we got 1 scoop of that. And then it calls for a scoop of the Depop sweet cream protein powder, which is the one I couldn't find, but I did finish the whole thing and it literally tasted like vanilla powder. So I got myself a vanilla protein powder that I'm gonna be using. All right, so we got half a frozen banana. And then this one I'm a little concerned about. It calls for a 1/3 cup of frozen cauliflower, but in the book, she literally says, I promise you won't taste the cauliflower. I actually like cauliflower, but this is supposed to add some thickness to the shake. So this is a first for me. And then a lot of our recipes use monk fruit sweetener. So this is where I kind of, you know, took a little substitute, but I'm following it this time. I got the powder pack, so I'm just gonna measure it out. It calls for 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. That seems like a lot. This is what I said last time, but you know what? I'm gonna trust the process. 2 tablespoons of granular monk fruit sweetener. Okay, so in one of these little packs, that's 1/4 tablespoon in 1 pack. I'm trusting the process, okay? Everything in my body right now is telling me that's too much. It's too much. It's too much sweet. Monk fruit in itself is just super sweet. So yeah, I'm measuring this out. Where's my monk fruit? So I literally think 4 packs. I can't, that's so sweet. Ugh, yeah, so 4 packs is gonna be 1 tablespoon. I'm gonna put 8 packs of monk fruit sweetener in this. I don't want to do that. You know what? Like, I think 1 packet is gonna be fine. I'm already making adjustments. I'm just gonna do 1 packet. I got 3/4 tablespoon right here. Why are you looking at me? My cameraman hubby is giving me the look. Like, you sure about that? Let's try to do it halfway to make 1 packet. All right, so 1/2 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. And then 1/2 cup of ice. I'm just gonna throw this all in the blender and blend it up. And then we just put sprinkles on top of it. Turn on the blender. All right, moment of truth. And there she, oh, I still got little chunks of ice in there, but that's okay. Oh, perfect. I like those measurements. And then I'm gonna just be using my Christmas sprinkles. They're dye-free, and I have a ton of them. So, you know, just a little Christmas spirit still. Cheers. All right, the moment of truth. Okay. That's actually surprisingly really good. I'm glad I didn't add all that sugar. The sweetness is fine right now. I'm getting chunks of banana though. I should have blended this more. actually really like this. I like the thickness of it. It's crazy, the cauliflower really did add that thickness to the shake, and I can't taste it at all. It's just, it does taste like a birthday cake. It's delicious. And I'm so glad I didn't add all the sugar because that would have been just too much. I like this one. And we got banana in there. I feel good about drinking the cauliflower. So I approve of this one. This one's good. Next up, we're gonna try a meal from the breakfast section. This is the strawberry vanilla baked oatmeal. And I actually wanted to try this recipe because it's great for meal prep. I just want ease, you know, in the house. And so this would be perfect. I don't really make much baked oatmeal dishes, so I really wanted to try this out and see how it comes out. So we have 2 cups of rolled oats right here. This one calls for 2 scoops of the Blogilates Sculptin Debloat sweet cream protein. So we're gonna be using my vanilla protein as a substitute. This recipe calls for 1/2 cup of monk fruit sweetener. So if it's anything like the shake that we made, we're gonna just cut that into not even fourths. I don't even know the measurements, but I'm thinking maybe like a 1/2 teaspoon. So this is 2 packets of the monk fruit. Now we got 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking powder, and then we just mix this together. And then we stir in the rest of the ingredients, which is 1 3/4 cup of non-dairy milk, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and fold in our 1 cup of chopped strawberries. The recipe calls for a 9x9 pan, but I don't have a 9x9, so I'm just using a 9-inch round pan, which I think should be fine. Okay, and then we just pour it into our pan and we bake at 350 for about 26 to 28 minutes is what it says. It smells really good already. I think the combination with the cinnamon and the vanilla. Ooh, this is gonna be good. We're gonna get the strawberries all like dried up. Now we're ready to bake. It's done. It smells so yummy. I think it's baked. I wonder if I should do 2 more minutes. It looks brown on the edges. Okay, so I need to let this cool for 10 minutes before eating it. So let's dig in. I definitely could have probably cooked it for a little longer. It smells really good. It's more of like an overnight oat texture. It's still good though. I like the strawberries in it. I definitely should have cooked it longer than this, but it's not too bad. You could still taste a little bit of the sweetness. It's not super sweet, but the cinnamon is really coming through. I would make it again, but I'd probably make some adjustments. Next up, we're moving on to quick snacks, and I am a sucker for cookie dough. I used to actually just eat it raw when my mom was making cookies, but I know you're not supposed to do that. So this is a protein cookie dough. Also, this one's a really quick recipe, which I love. Okay, so I'm starting off with a tablespoon of melted butter. It says you could use butter or cashew butter, or also melted butter flavored coconut oil, which I've never heard of. So we're just gonna stick with the butter. A scoop of our protein powder, 2 tablespoons of our coconut flour. This recipe also calls for 2 tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener. So I'm just gonna go in with 1 packet because I feel like that's enough for, you know, a serving. Then we got a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a pinch of salt, and a tablespoon of sugar-free chocolate chips. I don't think these are sugar-free, but they're dark chocolate, 65% cacao. So I am missing 1 ingredient. It's the 2 to 3 tablespoons of non-dairy milk. So I'm just gonna mix this together, and when I get the milk in, we're gonna figure that out. Maybe this could just be like a clumpy cookie dough without the milk. It's only 2 tablespoons, so I actually don't know if the milk is gonna give us any of the flavor. It might, but I kind of want to try it without the milk. All right, let's taste a little piece of this without the milk just to see how it tastes while we're waiting. Dry. It needs the milk. Definitely needs milk. Okay, we're back with the milk. I had to go to the store to get this. And so let's add our 2 tablespoons, see what the consistency is like. It calls for 2.5 to 3, so let's just start with the 2.5. Okay, I think we're gonna need to add another half. I want it to be a little more liquidy. Let's have a taste now that we added the milk, so it won't be so dry. Okay, taste test. Cheers. I could taste the coconut from the coconut flour, but it still tastes really good. It tastes like a healthier version of cookie dough. I think it would satisfy that taste if I really wanted to eat cookie dough. There's nothing like the original, just straight up raw egg cookie dough. I don't know, maybe I'll have to try other cookie dough recipes. This is my first one, so it's not too bad. It needs a little more depth. It does taste like a healthier version. Still really good though. All right, I'm gonna go eat my dessert now. Bye. Now we're moving on to a section called muffins, breads, and crusts, and we are gonna be making the cauliflower collagen pizza crust. I love pizza. We have pizza at least once a week in this household, so why not try and make it a little bit healthier? So it calls for 2 cups of frozen defrosted cauliflower, and we're just gonna strain this guy just to get rid of all of the liquids, because then we just have soggy crust. Nobody wants soggy crust. So we're gonna add the cauliflower to a food processor, along with 1 egg and 4 scoops of the collagen peptides. Then we use the processor until it's smooth. Next, we're supposed to add a cup of dairy-free cheese, but I don't have dairy-free cheese, and I'm not dairy-free, so I'm thinking mozzarella. I know this probably makes it a little bit unhealthier, but we're going for the real deal here. Then we're adding half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then we pulse it again. Now I got my baking sheet, piece of parchment paper, coating it with some baking spray, and then we pour this on the center to hopefully create a circle. So let's see how big of a crust it creates. And we're supposed to flatten it out with a spoon to kind of round it out a little bit. I really hope that this is good, because if I can find something that's this easy to make, we're golden. So let's kind of just round this out. I don't know how thick I should make it. This actually looks really good so far. I thought it was gonna be a little too runny, but it's my own little personal pizza. Okay, I got my oven set to 400 degrees. We're gonna bake this for 12 minutes. And then I think we have to flip it over. Okay, it's a process. All right, it's now time to flip. I'm a little nervous about this. Kept its shape pretty well. 3, 2, 1. Pray for the best. Did we do it? Oh my gosh. That is difficult. I did it. It's perfect. Okay, we're gonna bake it for another 10 minutes, and then we get to put our toppings on. Smells good. Okay, the crust is ready to get out, and now we get to put our toppings. That's looking pretty good. I'm gonna reduce the heat to my oven to 350. Let's put our toppings on. Now, I don't have any of the basil or cherry tomatoes that she has in her photo, but I do have Kalamata olives and pepperoni, so that's what we're going with. And then I'm just using a tomato basil pasta sauce. I don't know if it's the same as pizza sauce, but I'm not really a fan of too much marinara, so I don't know if this is the right sauce, but we're just going with it, okay? I just want to put a little bit on, and we'll put our cheese. It seems like it will work. I don't really make pizzas too often. I feel like that's something that I need to change this year, because if I can make a healthier pizza, I'm all here for it. Got some more mozzarella cheese. Hold everything together. I'm an olive girl. Really love olives. Kalamata olives, black olives. I don't discriminate. Normally we put black olives on our pizzas, or we get it with black olives, but let's try the Kalamata. Pepperoni. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for this. It's afternoon. I never have pizzas in the afternoon. It's more of like a dinner for me. And then I'm just gonna put a little more cheese on top of this. That looks so good. Okay, back in the oven to cook this for 10 minutes. All right, it's done. I feel like this was a process. Maybe because I've been baking and making stuff all day. I'm ready for this pizza. Oh, it looks so yummy. Check it out. That looks so good. Whoa, that looks so good. Okay, I'm gonna cut it, get myself a slice, let it cool down a little so I don't burn the roof of my mouth. Look at how yummy this slice of pizza looks. It came out so good. Okay, let's see if I could even lift it up because it does still feel pretty like tender. Ah. That's not too bad. It's not like a normal pizza crust where it holds its shape, but that still tastes really good. I probably could have left it a little bit more to get even more toasty on the bottom, or maybe even like broiled it on the top from like before the first flip. This does taste like a healthier pizza, but still really good. I like it. Okay, I'm gonna eat this whole thing. Maybe I'll share some with the camera guy. All right, so we got a fresh day. I thought we had to do viewer's choice in a full Blogilates outfit. If you wanna check out my honest review on the Blogilates Target collection, make sure to check out this video right here. But I asked you all on Instagram, what should I make for dessert? For the options, we have a no-bake vegan key lime cheesecake, a lemon mug cake, a no-churn vanilla protein ice cream, and s'mores cake pops. You all voted on Instagram and we had key lime cheesecake at 15%, lemon mug cake at 21%, vanilla protein ice cream at 18%, and the winner, s'mores cake pops at 46%. I think you all know me a little too well because I low-key was just hoping that this would win. So this recipe calls for gluten-free graham crackers. I actually forgot to get them when I was at the store. So this morning, we made them. I'll put the recipe I used in the description, but these were actually really easy to make. They're super crunchy. We've already taste tested them. So I'm pretty excited about this. This was my first time making graham crackers. So we're gonna do 4 sheets of the gluten-free graham crackers, and I'm assuming it's just the little square sheets, like these ones. Then we got a scoop of our protein powder, 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, 2 tablespoons of monk fruit sweetener, but we're just gonna go with 2 packets. I was looking at the back of this packet and it says 2 times sweetener. So maybe, I don't know. I feel like these ones are sweet. And then we process it until there's crumbs. That's pretty crummy. Now we're adding our wet ingredients to the processor. 2 tablespoons of melted coconut butter, 3 tablespoons of non-dairy milk, 1 tablespoon of natural cashew butter. I'm gonna be using almond butter, 1 tablespoon of melted coconut oil, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a pinch of salt. And then we process that until it's well combined and it's sticky. That looks pretty sticky. Okay, so now I just roll them into 10 balls and then we're gonna place them in the freezer. I think the best way for me to do this is just to split the dough in half and then do 5 and 5 because I'm not sure how big they're supposed to be. 1, 2, 3, that would be 5, but they're so little. Maybe I can take some from these other ones. Maybe they're supposed to be little. It's kind of hard to tell from the picture. That could be a little plate. I'm actually really surprised this is no bake. I thought for sure we were gonna bake them. So technically, if I wanted to, I could eat these right now, but we gotta add the chocolate. That's gonna make it a s'more. Okay, dishwasher. Okay, here they are. Let's put them in the freezer. Okay, while those are in the freezer, we're prepping the very last step, which is the melted chocolate. So it calls for 2/3 cup of sugar-free chocolate chips. These are not sugar-free, but they're one of my favorite chocolate chip brands. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. This is for dipping the chocolate. And then we're also gonna be adding a little bit of coconut oil because this makes it easier for the chocolate. It gets it a little more runnier. So it's easy to dip and it doesn't get like all goopy. So it calls for a tablespoon or a teaspoon actually. We're just gonna eyeball it. In you go. Now we're gonna start the process of melting it. Let's go. Chocolate's nice and melted. I don't have cake pop sticks, so I'm just gonna use skewers, and I think I'm gonna take them out. It could be optional because I just don't want that to be super long. So we're just gonna use the skewer to dip it in the chocolate, and then we'll take it out. Okay, here are the cake pops. We're just gonna dip it one at a time. And then I think it looks like in the book they actually shaved chocolate on top of it. So I have a vanilla crunch dark chocolate from the same brand that I used the little chocolate morsels from. Try it. Let's make it look fancy. All right, in you go. Dip it in the chocolate. Make sure to get all of it, and then that looks so good. I haven't made cake pops in forever. I used to do this all the time. I guess it would have been easier to just, have them as cake pops, but you know, we're working with what we got. I'm gonna put some chocolate on top of this. Oh my gosh, this is, should I just leave this sticking? No, okay, we're gonna drizzle chocolate on top of that to cover the hole. While the chocolate is still melted, let's do the chocolate flakes over it. So make it look real pretty. Just a little bit of this. Just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna make all of them and then I'll be right back to show you how they look. Okay, we are done. These came out so cute. I just realized though, they're supposed to be s'mores and there was nothing that's marshmallow. So I'm really curious to see how they taste. My mouth is watering. Let's give a little taste test. All right, I'm gonna take a bite of one so you can see how they look on the inside. Hopefully it's not super frozen. It's been sitting out, so they're supposed to be stored in the refrigerator, but cheers. These are so good. So I really think it depends on what type of butter you use, because I could taste the almond butter, very prominent in it, but the texture inside is so yummy. These are gonna be dangerous. These are so good. This is my favorite from the whole book. I really wanna figure out some sort of marshmallow element to it, because it doesn't taste like a s'more, but it's delicious. That is yummy. If you're gonna make anything from this video, I wouldn't say that they taste like s'mores, but I get why they named it that because of the graham cracker. I just wish that there were like marshmallows on it. Maybe we could put like a, okay, Amaya, I'll let you go potty 1 second. Maybe if we top it with a marshmallow instead of more of the chocolate shredded, just like one little marshmallow on top, make it a s'more, call it a day. Well, those are all the recipes that I made from our Blogilates Sculpt cookbook. If you want to see more of my cookbook club, check out this video right here where I made some good mythical morning recipes. And if you have any suggestions for which cookbook I should make recipes from next, please feel free to leave a comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.